like there is a ton of notes here on this piece, and you're doing a fantastic job of playing them all. There was one little hiccup, there's 13 or so, 15, what other than that, really well done. And you've got some really good start on some phrasing ideas, and that's kind of what I want to spend some time talking about, is once we get all the notes, once we get the dynamics that the composer may or may not have written on the page, what next? Are we done? Is the performance perfect? Do we just work on making sure that our notes are accurate every single time that we play it, or is there another layer that we can peel back? And I think it's that layer that would be the next step for this piece. Eli, do you sing?
No.
You don't feel comfortable singing probably at all?
No.
That's fine. That was me when I was your age, and much older than when you are right now. That being said, singing through some of this stuff, even if it's not on pitch, you know, whatever that happens to look like, singing through a piece can sometimes help us find how we want to phrase things. Do you know, when I first started hearing the word phrasing, people just say, well, you need to phrase this. I'm like, well, what do you mean? Well, you need to phrase it. What do you mean? Well, you just have to play the phrasing. Like, what are you trying to tell me? So when I say the word phrasing, do you know what I'm talking about? Could you explain it to me?
Yes, sort of like a musical sentence.
Okay. So how would you construct that phrase such that the listener understands the sentence that you're trying to communicate?
Like going from like rest to rest. Like some music, like maybe breath mark to breath mark or something.
So, can you tell me just in like the first 4 or 5 measures where your breath marks are?
Okay, so that would be beat 3 of measure 2.
Okay.
And beat 4 of measure 5.
Okay. So Eli, if I could, what you told me were your rests. What I'm asking for is something different. What I'm asking for is a breath mark. So the difference there being, like if I sing from the beginning, obviously there's a breath of the rest. So all of those, yes, technically are breath marks, but they're not the only ones. For instance, let me draw your attention to the E of the 3 in the first measure. I'll sing from the beginning. Take when I sing it, when I hear it in my head, I take just a short pause, and so metronomically speaking, maybe we're not super accurate with that, and that's okay, right? To play a piece like this, we don't want to be there's no music in that. So we want to think about how we can make these phrases. What can we do to make these phrases really pop out for the listener? For me, the first phrase happens the end of 4, which would be the pickup into the very first measure, all the way to down to the 3. The new phrase starts on the E of 3. So for me, there's just a little pause. It's not a rest. It's not. If I was to classify it, I wouldn't even classify it as a 16th rest. It would be less than that. But it's just enough for a breath, right? And that can help accentuate the sentence. Also, finding the peak or the crux of your sentence can help so that you can really shape it. And by shaping, I mean volume changes, but I don't mean volume changes in that it doesn't need to be like a piano to mezzo forte kind of a drastic change. Like we're still within the scopes of forte when we're making this change. But instead of sounding we hear instead some sorry. And I'm about out of breath. So for me, that's really pushing to the 3 in. So this is all like not even 2 measures of music, right? And so that's kind of that second layer, that secondary layer that we peel back. And for me, a huge part of how we do that is by singing through the piece. And again, my singing, I teach elementary music, so I sing every day. My singing when I sing with kids is not the same kind of singing that I sing when I sing through a piece. Obviously, you probably would, if you were to check myself with a tuner, it's probably about 3 pitches instead of, as you know, like a whole bunch, like an entire octave and more. So pitch, I would say the pitch accuracy when singing is not important, not as important as making sure that you're singing through and finding those breath marks and finding the important notes where you want to push through, before you really hear this stuff. This is a topic that is debated on by high school, college, professionals alike all of the time. Everybody has different ways to phrase things. And it's really more of a journey. We learn new things about phrasing every day. So if you feel kind of overwhelmed and like, this is a lot of stuff to do, that's perfectly normal. I'm still in that same place. But does what I'm saying kind of make sense? Is there any questions about anything?
No.
Okay. Again, I'm not going to make you sing through me, anyone else, but it would very much so help, I think, in taking this piece to the next level. And some of them, if you were to listen back to a recording, you'll find that some of the places you're already starting to reach towards that. This is a way to quantify it and a way to say, I'm phrasing everything instead of just these little moments. Does that make sense? Sort of. So, for instance, like, just to kind of go a little bit more, anytime that you've got these scalar passages up, a lot of times we're leading to that note. You're already doing that now, okay? But we want to get in all of the other stuff so that everything has some sort of sense of direction. Every sentence has meaning, and not just ones that come naturally. Does that help explain it a little bit more?
Yeah.
Okay. Again, this is a topic that is it's a topic that is not handled in a 5 to 7 minute conversation, but it is something that you need to start thinking about and really peeling back all of these layers to really have the best performances you can and always be working towards it. Again, you played very well, and thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.